Hello, I'm making this video for my client. This video is going to go through the game Esteban Go. This is update 1, the updates that are in this source code. I will tell what I've done. The first thing I've done is I went to the scene which is called the client logo scene. Over here we have got a logo game object, and on the logo game object we have an animator. That animator has got two states. One is an empty state, the other is a logo animation state. The graph that is attached to this logo game object is actually going to start the animation after 0.5 seconds, and it's going to play an audio which will actually be the bite effect, and then it'll wait for 2 seconds before loading the next scene, which is the main menu scene. In the main menu I've changed the background which the client gave. In the outfits menu I changed the prices. These are the prices that the client gave. I also assigned goals to these outfits. For these outfits now the user has to play, and he or she has to rescue a certain number of animals in order to unlock these outfits. We will override this. The changes that have been made in the outfits menu state machine, which you can see here, which is attached to the menu's game object, are not much. All we are doing is we are actually changing these units, the outfits that can be unlocked using goals or after a certain goal is reached are here. What I've done is I have actually disconnected this unit so that it does not connect to these units, which is going to check and change the number of coins that is on the screen. This has been disconnected. So first it was like this, now I've disconnected it. It's the same for all the other units. These are the ones that can be unlocked using coins, and they're still connected. That's one of the changes that has been made over here. There is no change over here. The change is actually inside the C# script, which I'll open right now. The C# script is attached to the menus script. We'll let Visual Studio Code load the script properly first. This is a new section called Goal Keys. Over here you can see that we have actually given keys for all the goals, and we have also set a few text variables. For the price is basically the goal price, or I've just named it price. It basically means the goal. And here you've got a text which is called darker goal text, which is going to actually change when the user actually gets closer to completing a goal. So if the number is 0 on the outfits menu and the user actually starts scoring, then this number, the text will change to 1, 2, 3. Really, it depends on how much the player scores. These are the keys for that. Again, we have declared the keys here. These are all of the outfit keys. These keys are basically telling the game if the user has unlocked the outfit or not. By default, the liberated outfit is always unlocked, so here it is. These are the outfit goal keys. As you can see, all of them have been set to 0, so when the user starts the game, his or her goals will be at 0. We have also set the number at which the goal will be considered complete. That's 2000 here, 1500 here, and we must have another, yeah, there's 750 there. So these are all of the, this is all the code that is actually handling the goals. And if the user scores more than, say, 750, this outfit will be unlocked. We'll go further down. Over here we have got a few cases, but these have actually these have not really been modified. This is the first outfit that will be unlocked, which is called the Darko outfit. Once the user has more than 750, this code will run. This code will not run, it's been commented, because this was for the coins. We'll set the Darko key to 1, and then we'll set price mark. This will actually do nothing, because we are not actually setting the price. There is no deduction, so this function is really going to do nothing. It's going to run, but it's not going to do anything. And then we'll set the outfit equip to 4, and then we'll set start. We'll run the set start check mark again, which is basically going to get that, tick mark, that tick that this outfit is selected. This is the same for the other outfits, which is the Predator Rodent and the Vitamin outfit. These are the changes that have been made in the code over here. I've also changed another thing which I'm actually trying to find. I'm struggling to find that. It was basically, let me just go over to the graph and I'll say purchase dialog check. Okay, this does not run for the outfits that have goals set. Okay, this function will not run. So we'll go over here, purchase dialog set. Let's just do it that way. Purchase dialog check. There it is. And if you check this over here, in the cases that are here, they're always going to return true, because we are never going to check whether the user has coins or not. So they'll always be true. So they'll return true, so that the units next to this function will run. All of these functions will run. So for the last 3 outfits, this will always return true, this function. Other than that, we have made a few changes in the actual gameplay screen, which I'll show. In the gameplay screen, if we go over to the collider, which is inside the controls game object, collider game over, which is this. However, the changes that have been made to get the score from the player, or from the animal that's going to collide, because the goals are basically, if you score like 750, then that means you unlock the Darko outfit. So it's actually, the code for that is on the animal. So we'll go ahead and we'll check the animals. Here it is, and these are the new animals as well as the old ones. We'll check these. If you take a look at the edit graph, over here we've got game over functions and the slide functions. So once we take a look at the slide functions, here they are. These are slide functions, and no real change has been made except for the collision function, which is going to be over here. These are the collision functions, and the only change that I made is I made this slightly more responsive by actually making the collider bigger. So this is the function that runs. Other than that, we have another change, which is in the animal spawn handler. This has a new list of animals called inside the monkey list and the ostrich list. These are the new animals that have been set here, and this is the count for those animals. So in the list you can also see that this is the item to spawn, which is going to be handled by the animal spawner. This is the lion spawn, the ostrich spawn, the monkey spawn is here. So this is the switch case that's going to actually return the game object to be spawned. And if you take a look at all of these, this is the cat spawn. Here it's cat spawn, dog spawn, sheep spawn, monkey spawn. These are all of the other game objects that will be handled inside this function, inside the respective functions, and these functions are actually being called by the animal spawner, which is over here. And if you go over to level 1, now the random range is actually different. Now any like animals from 0 to 5 will be can be spawned. So if we take a look at this animal spawner, 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 4 5, so all these 5 animals will be spawned in level 1. So we are also going to be handling the other 2, the cow and the lion, in level 2. So here we are at level 2, and you can see that now all animals will be spawning here, and then level 3 all animals will be spawning here, but their spawn rate is going to be slightly higher. So these are the 3 levels here. So other than that, there is no real change except for the animals. If you see here, this is the monkey animal. Over here I actually had to insert a new animations, and to check these animations we can open the prefab. Over here the animal is actually invisible, but here it is, and I had to create a new animator for it, which the animator is over here. This is the monkey animal animator. I had to do that for the other animals as well, which you'll find here, and it is ostrich animal. So here you've got the animator ostrich animal. Then you've got the other animal, which is called lion, and the lion animal, there it is, that's the lion animal, and there is the animator for the lion animal. So those are the changes that we have made. So yes, that's basically it. Those are the basic changes, and yes, that's it. And that is the collider, which is for the game over, and that is the animal trigger. This is the actual script that has another change, and that is that when an animal collides with this game object, we're actually also going to add a goal value, which is basically add 1 value to the goal. So here is the code for that. You can see that the vitamin goal key is being accessed here, and a value to that key is being added, and then the key is being set again. So this is the code that is actually going to increase the goal amount, or the goal score, let's just put it that way. So this is the code for that. So that's another change that we've made. So instead of just increasing the score, we're also going to handle each and every goal individually, and it's going to be handled in these statements. So that is the source code walkthrough. There's really nothing else I can think of that we have done other than removing the actual buttons, the visibility of the buttons, but other than that there's no real change that we have done. Yeah. The other changes were there were slight tweaks, so I wouldn't call them real changes, but these are the real changes we've done, and that's basically it. That's the source code.